Hello, hello, hello. How are we guys doing? There is this one song on YouTube by Cimeris, or Cimeris, because I have a French way of reading things. It's titled Kiss Me Like a Lie, and I'm completely obsessed by it. So, this whole read that we are about to embark upon is basically inspired by that song, and it's gonna be, so if you watch tarot reads on YouTube, there's usually called what are his feelings for you, what is his thoughts, his, hers, if you, or you versus them. If you watch Christina from Sassy Scorpio Tarot, which I adore, she's wonderful. So this is gonna be like a you versus them situation, or his thoughts, your thoughts, his feels, your feels, but centered and inspired by Kiss Me Like a Lie from Cimeris, which means that each position will have a a broader theme for each position, and that broader theme will be explored a little further based off the lyrics. As per usual, I will obviously indicate what decks I'm using and show them on camera. So the clarifying deck will be the Van Gogh Tarot, which works wonderfully well. And for this spread, because it's like a love theme thingy, we are introducing Secrets of the Rose Tarot. Secrets of the Rose. I found this one on Temu, but it's a pretty good quality, cardstock quality. The oracle will be Messy Truth, as I think it fits absolutely the theme, and the central, or just like the presentation of the signs for who I'm reading, will be the Barbiery Zodiac signs. So main deck, clarifying deck, and the two oracle cards. And I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit so you can have a nice screenshot opportunity. Here we are. The Van Gogh, I found it on AliExpress, but it's also on Temu site. It potentially has two names, but you can easily find the Van Gogh Tarot. Secret of the Rose on Temu, Messy Truth on Temu, and this, any regular normal shop will have the Zodiac. Barbiery Zodiac Oracle. So let's dive into it. Hello, hello, Aquarius, you are on the chopping block. We're gonna dig around, snoop around. A little 9-card spread inspired by Cimeris' Kiss Me Like a Lie, because I am obsessed by this song. I just love it to bits and crumbs. And so, if you are in a relationship, or if you are exiting a very meaningful one, we're gonna investigate what the sweet decadent lie and falseness was or is in your situation. So I'm gonna have your side here, partner side here. It's gonna be a 9-card spread. I basically copy pasted the second chorus into Gogh, and it got a little dark, but I will try to make it as palatable. And I mean, I'm just gonna read what's the energy on a card, but be mindful of not being judgmental and all that stuff. So, oh yeah, well, it is in the intro, but the deck is Secrets of the Rose, clarifying deck Van Gogh. And let's see if we have off the record messages for my Aquariuses. And oh no, that's a whole thing. I prefer where it's only 1 or 2 card. When it's like a whole stack. Okay, like this I like. Oh yeah, starting strong with the Three of Swords. So there is a heartbreak, or at least a disappointment in your energetic vicinity. Let's see if we have a little bit of insight on what this heartbreak is. Injustice, as in maybe something wasn't given back in due measure, or if I want to flip it, you got the consequences of your own actions. If you were cold, because Aquariuses are not exactly good at demonstrating emotions, then you got back exactly the way you treated this person. It's basically like a reflection. Whatever you did or said is being sent back at you. With the moon, there's a sense of being afraid. Things are hidden, shadowy, not clear, shrouded in darkness. Did you follow your intuition or did you not? This is about treading a little cautiously and relying on your intuition because things are not clear. But depending on if you did or not, you did or said something that resulted in a reflection of that back at you, Six of Pentacles. And that the end result is the Three of Swords. The Hierophant, tradition, structure, community. So either someone from your community, or this was about a potentially higher level commitment that didn't go through. Could there be like differences in religion and faith? Queen of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Someone is well off, stable, warm, nurturing, and you had to make a decision with the Two of Pentacles. Depending on what decision you made, going back to that initial card, the penultimate end result of this situation. So, something for Aquariuses. Nope, those seems to be the off-the-record messages. Oof, Queen of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Someone is reflecting and seeing the clarity of the events that have unfolded thus far, and reflecting, making adjustment perhaps, but just seeing the truth for what it was. And again, we have the Queen of Pentacles, so definitely maybe a more mature energy in this storyline. Someone who is settled in their way, a homebody, potentially a mother, a wife, but just financially well off, stable, very clever, very intelligent, very practical, dependable, reliable, all that good stuff with the earth energies. So like I said, your side, partner's side. And I know it looks a little bit messy, abstract, all over the place, but follow me. So here we go, and it's in the shape of a lip for Kiss Me Like a Lie. Oof, starting strong. But finishing strong with the Queen of Cups. That could, depending on what the card is underneath, that Queen of Cups could heal, resolve, and amend the situation. Aquarius, cheers. It's minus 14 Celsius here in Romania, in my region. And I'm doing this in the basement where there is no heating. I just heated a little bit the gas stove top, and I'm freezing. And if you see weird, I don't know, it doesn't show on camera because I literally can't see my breath. It's that cold. So let's dive into it. On your side, the seductive lie. Kiss me like a lie, the kind that makes you stay. You offer intoxicating, beautiful deception, the kind of falsehood that feels like devotion and keeps someone emotionally hooked, even if it's hollow. Although, with the Five of Pentacles, you don't offer much. So either you are the one who cast out the other person out in the cold and at some capacity broke up with them, either like a real breakup or emotionally distance yourself from the situation, or they are doing that to you. In either case, there is dissatisfaction of foot with the Four of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. It's almost like I can read it both ways actually. Either the Four of Cups is the aftermath of being left out in the cold, abandoned, and distanced, or the Five of Pentacles is the aftermath of feeling bored, dissatisfied, and discontent of the Four of Cups, and hence they are not choosing this option, which makes you or them feel literally left out in the cold. And I'll be right back. Give me just a tiny second. So what transpires for me as a reader, energetically vibing with this, it's literally like the connection wasn't satisfying. Look at how she's looking at elsewhere where he's gossiping in her ear, or someone he could have been influenced by something outside, but it feels like either bad influence or the connection wasn't strong enough, appealing enough, or if there was an outside factor that kept highlighting all the difficulties potentially in the relationship that led to the abandonment of the whole ordeal, where it's like either influenced or just the connection wasn't strong enough to keep it. If we see this as a couple or the tentativeness of a couple, she's not interested. If the whispering person is an outside influence, literally an earworm in your ear telling how this whole thing is not going to work out, then you listened and eventually decided to cut out the other person, not make any efforts, not reaching out, no communication, and thus that person now feels abandoned and left out in the cold. So it's not like you're offering a seductive lie, it's more like you retreated from the whole situation altogether. And we have the Knight of Swords, which is all about action and action-driven communication, intellect, and thoughts. So definitely something somewhere was said, words were exchanged, words had a meaningful enough impact on the situation that the decision has been made to cease communication or ceasing entertaining the connection, and thus there is technically no seductive lie, as in this has ended. On your person's side, on your partner's or whoever this person is for you, or who I am reading, we have mercy denied. I was never meant for mercy. Deep internal belief that they are unworthy of gentleness accepts punishment as their natural state. And we have the Ace of Wands, which is normally a new spark of creative endeavor, a new inspiration, new fire, and the Five of Wands, conflict. So interesting, the framing of this first line. Let's tackle that first. On the outside, you have dissatisfaction, they have new inspiration. On the inside, reflecting each other or bouncing off of each other's energies, you have left out in the cold, abandoned, lacking, poverty, halting communication, or just stopping everything and there's no more. They have conflict with the Five of Wands. And look at how the gentleman is observing the couple in the window, in the castle, in the Five of Wands. It's like seeing the truth for what it is, seeing or catching. It's almost like a story, like this guy from the Four of Cups could be the same guy from the Five of Wands, saying, look, she has an affair elsewhere, she has passion and drive elsewhere, so why are you keeping entertaining this situation? And based off that, you could have made the decision of ending the situation and leaving it in the past, or just stopping it. But it's definitely heavily involved around communication, whereas they are, even if they had something else elsewhere, they are now either with the companion from the window or a whole new ordeal with the Ace of Wands. It's not as much as that deep internal belief that they are not worthy. It's more like accepting the facts that since you abandoned ship and left them to their own self, they are now free to go seek something else. The question here would be, if we follow strictly the imagery of the cards, had this mingling with the other person happened while with you or after? Because some people are less morally in tune, or less morally conflicted about running more than one story at the same time. Let's see what the clarifying energies have for us for this Five of Wands especially. What is the Five of Wands about? Five of Cups and Ace of Cups, Queen of Swords. Okay, so that's a bit too much, but I'm gonna keep it. So first off, Five of Cups is mourning, grieving the loss of something. So they could be very well, as an answer to having this ended, they could be mourning the loss of the communication, of the openness, of the connection with you. But if they are a Queen of Swords, they have already found an Ace of Cups somewhere else. Especially following that Ace of Wands, it's a very satisfying Ace of Cups. It's driven, it's motivated, it's intellectual, it's very satisfying, emotionally fulfilling. So yes, the lingering trace of missing you and missing the connection, but they are very rational about it, very clear, and whatever the situation might have been on your side, with the Queen of Swords, it's an energy of cool, okay, but have you listened to me? Have you asked me? You didn't, so then pay the consequences. And so they are already elsewhere, where their worth and value and word is a little bit more prioritized over gossip and falsehood, or their opinion and truth is valued more than just rampant words that are thrown out without thinking of the consequences of how those words might impact parties involved in the situation. Back on your side, false depth, crocodile tears. Hold me like you mean it, then turn and run away. Master of intense momentary intimacy followed by sudden abandonment, basically ghosting. Performative passion without follow through. But you are very happy on your own with the Nine of Cups. Very satisfied. You have everything that you want. So, yike. Okay, no, never mind. That was good. It's a Four of Swords. So you are resting, recuperating, plotting maybe, or just analyzing and meditating on the situation for what it was. You're taking a little break, a little step back, and just enjoying being very fulfilled on some capacity, maybe with a new love interest if we go with the imagery on the card. If not, just whatever else your hobbies could be: communication online, reading, games, movie series, whatever. Apply it how it fits. You are, even if it's intense, or you could be like just like having casual hookups. That's a possibility. But you are otherwise very satisfied and very content on your own, so you're not exactly dwelling in the past and in the hurt, which is a very good thing. Because we had that Three of Swords, but it's not good to linger in pain, because then you attract even more of that. Strength. You have the inner strength, the inner resilience, the patience to accept things, to meditate on things, but to, as a proper Aquarius, and I learned this recently with Gogh, the Aquarius being an air sign but holding the water, it's because you are holding that vase of emotions without being splashed by it. You are the outside observer of emotions. You can feel it very strongly, but you are more like dispensing and then seeing the results of it. In your case, things happened and now you are emotionally detached to an aspect where it doesn't hurt you or affect you at a deeper level. And you, even more than that, you are deciding to put your focus in what makes you happy, what fulfills you, what feels good, what is a wish fulfillment, and you are relying on your own inner strength and resilience to see you through the aftermath of this whole situation, analyzing things, maybe learning lessons, maybe plotting a new course in a completely different area of your life where you are honing in even more happiness and more self-fulfilling things that feel good, that, things that feel good. I'm at loss. My brain is fuzzy this morning, I'm sorry. Back on the partner's side, we have carrying your scars. Well, technically his scars, because Gogh decided that there was a he and a she, but like I said to everybody, apply this as it fits. That is why I am translating this to the second person perspective, aka you and them. So, carrying your scars, and still left me all your scars. They become the container vessel for your emotional damage, and you mark them permanently and walk away clean, which is you focusing on your happiness first and foremost. On their side, we have happily ever after, or at least starting that happily ever after with the Four of Wands, being happily married, stable, building the foundations. Holy cracky hell. With a new soulmate, with a new divine partner in some capacity. It's not strictly romantic, this can be a platonic love, but the point is this is a higher level soulmate situation. So yeah, that Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands is definitely being turbo boosted to build a happily ever after long-term commitment unionship, companionship. He, she, they, them might feel, if they might grieve a little bit the loss, but it's like the conflict wasn't worth it. And now that we have this new thing on the horizon, their Queen of Swords energy in raising boundaries is even stronger, and definitely not dilly-dallying in the past and being rejected, which again, very strong, very determined energy. And it's not like, again, the position should be they become the container for your emotional baggage. But if they are so happy and healing and have the wish fulfillment and building new with that lovers for once, I don't think they are attached or impacted by whatever the gossip and the abandonment was, because they are already ready to welcome this new thing into their life. And normally this comes when people are healed and they have learned the lessons that the previous relationship had to teach them. So something for maybe the lovers. Queen of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yeah, he, she, they, them definitely walked the freak away. They are bold, they are assertive, they are confident, they know their worth, they know what they bring to the table, and now it's time to start a whole new journey, whole new story, whole new foundations. They are absolutely not afraid to leave things behind, start a new path, start a new venture, work, entrepreneurship, or just being bold, beautiful boss babe out there, conquering like it's nobody's business, and just happily fulfilled with the lovers, because it's mutual this time. Maybe if not the intensity, the genuine authenticity of the connection with you wasn't as strong or as, well, I don't want to say valid, but something wasn't in equal measure. And if outside influences had that much impact on you that you ended the relationship, of course they will assess that abandonment as, I wasn't worthy enough for them, for you, so then screw it, I'm just gonna go find love elsewhere. And they are dead set determined to go carve their own path with logic, reason, clarity. And they have found an Ace of Cups that is very fulfilling with the lovers, very higher level commitment, soulmate or soul tribe energy. They are ready to settle down and build a family, foundation, and forever after happiness, happy ending with this, with you, like way out of sight, out of mind sort of energy here. Back on your side, danger as philosophy. You told me love was danger. You intellectually, spiritually justify toxicity, view love as inherently destructive, and use that belief to excuse your behavior. You use basically work as an excuse not to be ready to commit into a relationship. Knight of Pentacles, so you are slowly building, mastering something at work, and this takes precedence over the silly lovey-dovey things that relationships require, which is your time, your energy, and your commitment elsewhere than at work. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's a sense of, again, resilience, patience, mastery. And the Knight of Pentacles is again a very slow-moving energy. So the progress is slow because you are very studious, very focused, concentrated, very zoned in wanting to make sure that the end result is beautiful, practical, solid, not a scratch, not a fault, nothing. It's like perfection by AI, or I mean, you know what I mean. It's like perfect, perfect, perfect. So you rather put all your time, your energy into perfecting whatever you are working, into mastering your craft, to be dependable, reliable, and sort of there for your work, because you're also building a reputation that can long term be profitable back to you. To On top of having the Nine of Cups, having a Nine of Pentacles, so like being able to sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor, because you are so dedicated and so involved in building that beautiful castle just behind the characters here. So you don't mind staying up, staying late at work, putting in extra work, showing that they can count on you, and putting in maybe even more work on your own at home, just to show how dedicated you are, because you want to claim the solid, reliable potential that the job has for you. And maybe you see relationships and not as quintessentially meaningful relationship as important, so you are not committing too much of your time and energy into it. You let others whisper things into your ear, false or true. You don't investigate deeper than that, and that is the consequences of all of that we are seeing on the table at the moment. And you might be a little bit hurt, a little bit disappointed with the initial Three of Swords, but it's not as impactful as it could be, because you're otherwise very satisfied, very happy, very content. So it's just like a little annoyance. It's a little aggravating because it still lingers there, because we all have emotions, but it's nothing to brag about or call home about. And we have the Three of Cups, having fun with the buddies, the friends, the group chat. This is literally just hanging out for brunch, and that is the maximum emotional availability that you seem to have at this time for the close group of friends with whom you can celebrate success, achievements, or gossip, or little life inconveniences. You're not ready to settle down for something exclusive, something more meaningful, something deeper, something more tangible that your partner would have been ready to settle for, or was potentially hoping for. On their side, addicted to the divine spark. We never had a future, just a spark we call divine. They cling to the brief, transcendent moments, romanticizing the intensity even though they intellectually know it was doomed. Death, change, transformation, letting go, creating new. Even if in this card it's a bridge and the two people are literally on both sides of the bridge trying to reach that center point, I feel like the decision has been made. Two of Pentacles, it's normally needing to make that decision, but I feel like on their side it's a bit of no progress, like they have accepted the end and the fate and whatever the conclusion of this thing was. I'm just gonna put it here. Most people will read that as a good positive thing, because something has ended and it allows another door to be opened. And I really feel like in here they could reach out to reach that middle point in the bridge and, you know, have a second chance, but it's like too much water has flown under the bridge, and it's almost like two strangers now, at least two acquaintances, but nothing romantic. And again, see on your side, the characters here are all mostly, for the most part, together, close, whereas on their side, there's one card with well, that one, but it's like a conflict. The distance is present. They are feeling it. They are potentially accepting it. It's like, you know what? I'm comfortable on my own. It's okay. Things happened. Things end. Nothing to break my heart over. Especially with the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords combo, it's like she can start whatever because she has the mental acuity, whatever. She's like very intellectual, very knowledgeable, truth-seeking. She doesn't like lies and deceit, and she will just walk away and start something new because the Queen of Swords doesn't take no bullshit, and the Queen of Wands is not stagnant sort of energy. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles. So she's definitely more focused on, and now we have three queens, like tic-tac-toe, tic-tac-toe. She is definitely more focused now on growing her money, her stability, being warm and generous to who deserves her time, her energy, and her resources, her intellect, her passion, her fire, her creative potential. On your side, creator of the villain. If I was the villain, you made me that way. You dressed me in chaos. You project, provoke, and literally shape them into the chaotic dark version of themselves, then step back and let them carry the blame. Although, again, with all these queens on their side, I will assume this is a woman that we are talking about. She will not carry the blame. She will just like cut that shit off and move away. So, if you are the vengeful type, you are wasting your time. But anyway, on your side, we have the Knight of Wands, which is very passionate, driven, but also very much playful energy. And I mean, as I say that, I flip one. And look at how on both cards the characters are kissing. So it's all about the passion, the fire, the fun, the good times, the earthly, physical, feel good right now, fulfilling pleasure. But with the Knight of Wands, it's a sense of here for the good times, not so much for the long time. Because the Knight of Wands is driven by passion. So when he loses the passionate interest that he's pursuing, he will just chase something else. With the Three of Wands, it's normally a sense of expecting something back, of waiting for the ships to come back, for how should I say this? So on effort, something somewhere has been made. Almost like you cast your net in the ocean and now you are just waiting for the fish to like get into it so you can pull it out. And maybe you are already talking to somebody else because the knights are always on the road, always doing something. So you're just expecting something good, something back to come back at you without really focusing on the long term, on the settling down and all those very almost stagnant-ish kind of energies. And I just realized I completely misspoke earlier. This is a Two of Pentacles. This is juggling something, not making a decision. My brain is definitely fuzzy this morning. So are you expecting a passionate project to land on your desk, or something to inspire you, to motivate you? What is the Three of Wands about? The Hermit. You are expecting enlightenment and solitude. Oh, and wish fulfillment. So you are going a little bit deep within yourself to look at things for what they are, to seek guidance, illumination. And fun fact, but normally the star card in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot is the same star that is located inside the lantern of the Hermit. He is literally using the prospect of the wish fulfillment to guide himself in his own darkness to find that illumination, the transcendent healing knowledge that he needs to get out of the proverbial cave and darkness to get back and either counsel others or just be more wise, be more aware, be more in the know of things. So you might be a little recluse, a little isolating yourself. You are focusing on healing yourself, and you just need a little time out to consider things and wait for literally maybe even more water to go under the bridge. You are just waiting for the new next passionate thing to hit you that can get you back on the road, chasing fun and being passionate about, being motivated. And I'll be right back again. Okie dokie. So, I mean, it's, even if there was something between you two, I don't think it had a chance to grow that deep roots that the hurt and the aftermath of the ending had that deep or meaningful impact on either of you, which is, in hindsight, pretty good. Because situation or relationships start, they evolve, they either conclude or happily or the opposite. But the main thing is, if neither of you is hurt, currently simmering in misery, that is the positive thing that we can take out of this whole situation here. On their end, chaotic baptism. You dressed me in chaos and then kissed it away. They are both consumed in destruction by you and momentarily absolved, forgiven through your kisses, a cycle of degradation and fleeting redemption. 5 of Cups. They do miss you. They do, think about you and miss you and miss the connection. But they are also very much acclaimed, the center of the party. There are good news on the horizon for this side of the situation. So even though they do miss you and they do miss the connection and whatever you had between the two of you, something better is awaiting them, and they are already mentally in that headspace of being recognized, applauded, cheered on, and just having the good life, being on the center stage, validated. If they are expecting good news, it's definitely arriving soon enough. The passion, the fire, the feel-goodness is already there. And just like, look at how contrasting the visuals are. In one card, we see the lady like literally crying and mourning and just depressed. The other one is the absolute stark opposite of being in a restaurant or somewhere, being just happy and beaming with joy, ready to maybe go on the dance floor and dance, and just absolutely beautiful energy. Let me see if I have something else for that. And we have the 7 of Swords, which is interesting because it's a bit of a bit. Normally the 7 of Swords is lying, cheating, deceit, and theft. Maybe she was robbed of something, or she is hiding that she is actually happy and have good news coming her way, and that's something that is a cause for celebration. If she's keeping this under wraps, I will assume is because there were gossip about this person, which led to the dismantlement of the connection with you, and thus now he, she, they, them, your partner, this person, is much more aware of not oversharing happiness and plans and anything that can be gossiped about and tarnish either their reputation or their name or whatever. So she is full on mastering the queen energy, which is networking, but also privately networking behind the scenes, working on building a stable relationship, focusing on themselves, focusing on juggling a relationship and career, and how she can best hone in all of these queen's energies to move forward, to be in that position of being acclaimed, celebrated, validated, and just grabbing in all the good news that they can. Last centerpiece, the big finale, the beautiful vintage lie. But you knew how to lie like wine, forget all the endings, let the fire misbehave. The intoxicating, aged, almost exquisite quality of the deception itself, both drink from it. Both let the destructive fire rage because the lie is too delicious to end. This is the magnetic center of shared mutual complicity in beautiful ruin. And like I said, when we first laid the card on the table, with the Queen of Cups, there could be a sense of redeeming this whole thing, because the Queen of Cups is first and foremost fundamentally understanding, loving, caring. She is very genuine, very soul and heart space above all. And with the Nine of Wands, there's a bit of defensiveness, a bit of guarding the fort, but it's also taxing. It's also, exhausting and tiring. So depending on which card takes precedence over the other, she might be defending the relationship even if she was wronged, or she is defending herself against you and focusing on her end of the bargain and her new direction, and is defending, literally like putting herself behind these picket fence that she has built with the Nine of Wands to defend herself. If we go from your perspective, you are guarding yourself against emotionality, against someone that is soft and sweet and caring, and because you are very busy defending what is priority for you, which is work and feel in the moment, feel good. That is just very temporary and not rooted and not ready to grow into something more meaningful, long-term, and important. Or you're not in that stage of your life to consider a more meaningful relationship. So let me see something for the Nine of Wands. What is being defended? High Priestess, intuition, but also solitude. Going back to that Hermit, you are definitely defending your space, your intuition, yes. The knowledge that you have within that you are not sharing outwardly with anybody unless they ask the right question, but very much so being secluded, being in your own space. And I will show you the High Priestess from the Secret of the Rose, because it really depicts the core essence of the High Priestess card. On their side, partner side, we have the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, definitely holding on to their money and building stable long-term relationships and dependability, things that they can multiply, that is solid, dependable, reliable. And we have now a double Four of Wands on their side, so they are ready for the long-term commitment situation. And let me just quickly fetch please don't be the last card. There we are. So, High Priestess. As you can see, we have a couple in the... It's like... It's hard to tell if it's foreground or background, but on the real foreground here, this is the High Priestess. She is in her own bubble, in her own space, a little secluded and looking outwardly to the couple, because her aim, her center, what is the most important to her is sacred knowledge, and for that she needs all her time, all her energy to focus on channeling inner knowledge. So that puts her in a I'm not ready to socialize, and although you might longingly look out the beautiful social things other people are having around you, you still value the need to be alone on your own as a higher ranking priority. So you're not ready for a long-term meaningful commitment at this time. So let's see the Messy Truth Oracle, if we have something interesting here. And we have Dreaming of You. Aww. Dreaming of you is all I do. Kylie Minogue. I should be so lucky. And I choose me. So this is definitely, well, I mean the both of you technically. Dreaming of you. Nostalgia, fantasy, wishful thinking. And I choose me. Self-love, emotional maturity, clean break. This could definitely be on their side. But this is also assimilating the lessons and learning and making better, wiser choices. So they might miss you, they might dream of you, or you're dreaming of them. But in either case, there is a distanciation, there's a separation, and there is no grudges, no hurt, no... grudges and hurt. That's literally it. It's like you're focusing on your career and your stability. They are onto new roads and making their own building their own landmark in society and in their life and in their world. So it's almost like it was a nice, brief connection. You appreciate both for what it brought to your life for what it was, and there's no harm, no foul, or whatever the expression is. No bad sentiments. You're ready to just cherish the memories and move on from this. So, Aquarius, thank you for letting me read for you guys. Hope this was insightful, helpful, entertaining. Please, if you resonated, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you in Celtic Cross and Chill, because I need something lighter after this one. Love you guys. Peace out.